Alright folks, check this out. Got a little bit of footage here that we're going to go through and talk about mechanics. We're going to talk about recoil control and a few things that you guys might be able to use when you film yourself or have a buddy film you real quick while you're doing a build drill and doing some reload exercises, stuff like that, that you can use to come back and look at and say, hey, what am I doing? Where am I allowing the recoil to push me around? Where am I allowing the gun to get away from me? What's the outside looking in perspective on my shooting? We can tell a lot behind the gun, what our sights are telling us, what our red dot is telling us, especially if we're paying attention. But there's a whole lot of stuff on the outside looking in that we can see as well. And the instructor's eye sometimes isn't as good as some, but sometimes you can get around that by simply looking at your own shooting. Anytime you can get in front of an instructor, they should be able to really pick you apart really quick and figure things out, but that's not always how it goes. So this is something that I like to do for myself, and I do it for other people. Anybody that wants to email me, they can email me footage, and I'll give them a little critique, as long as it's not too extensive. But you see these lines I'm drawing, I want you guys to pay attention to my wrist position and my elbow positions. And the big thing with recoil is, if we can keep the gun from moving in our hands, our grip is adequate. So all we have to do then is focus on what is our wrist doing and what is our elbows doing. If I can lock my wrist and make a stable platform with my wrist, then I can allow some of that energy to be dissipated through my elbows. And when I dissipate that energy through my elbows, that in turn makes the sights track a whole lot more predictably and a whole lot more, less violently, I should say. So snapping at the wrist is violent. Dissipating that energy at the elbow is very soft and smooth. So I draw this line here. This is in no recoil. This is before the shot has gone off. This is straight out of the middle of a build drill. And then this is in full recoil. Not a whole lot of difference. My elbows moved a little slightly, but my wrist is the same position. Now obviously it's going to move a tiny bit, and this is with a 40 cal. So it's going to move a little bit, but we just want to make sure that it's not moving a lot. If our wrists are being snapped and broken, bang, 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 it's going to be tough to track those sights. So watch the wrist position, watch the elbows, just kind of letting that recoil ride through me, trying to make sure that those wrists don't get broken, and especially make sure that the hand does not, or the gun does not move in our hands. That's the number one thing. After that, we can learn how to stiffen our wrists a little bit, do some push-ups on your fists, stuff like that. Anything to get that mind muscle connection to be able to stiffen your wrists. I think boxing and stuff had a lot to do with me being able to do that. So here is some draw stuff and reload stuff. Notice there, that was just a freeze frame showing that both my hands are moving exactly at the same time. Here's a freeze frame showing that I'm pulling the gun back into my thumb in order to drop the magazine. Then, as we go through here and watch a couple more of these 2 reload 2 drills, now these I was going really fast. So 2 reload 2, I'm coming out, bang, bang into the A zone, getting that good purchase on the magazine, coming out, slinging it into the gun, bang, bang. So I got a couple more freeze frames here we'll look at. Biggest thing, get the mag out of the gun while the gun's still vertical. Here I'm showing how I rotate my left hand in order to be ready, more ready to meet the gun, so that I can get that draw down to the razor's edge of speed. Does about a 70 draw, coming down, good grasp on the magazine, dominating over the magazine, getting it right in the palm of the hand. Not too far up towards the wrist, but not too far down. Obviously the finger on the front strap helps. Then coming in, making sure we really slam it in the gun and get rocking, roll our grip back on, and begin to find our sights and get our stuff together to start slamming the next couple shots. So pretty simple stuff here. but it's really, really easy to slow yourself down on video and see exactly where you could start picking up some time. And if you're a novice, you can really pick up time. So this is just in full speed to show you just how fast this stuff is happening. That was a pretty good one. Yeah, that was nice. So I'm always trying to get better, always looking for little areas to clean up, always trying to do this and go deeper and deeper. 1, to be a better shooter, 2, to be a better instructor. So anytime you can film yourself, guys, get out there and do it. Take her easy.